Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and I'm Mama Loves You GB here on FlossTube, but also over on Instagram and Etsy as well. Welcome to the Sunday morning briefing. It's not going to be as crazy this week, I promise, although there may still be a lot of tabs open in my brain. I think I've managed to think about a sensible order today. Last week was just a bit, everything was going on, but I got the job. I got my job that I wanted. So as of September, it means that I'm going to be in charge of all of the PGCs for our school. So those are the people who are doing their teacher training, those crazy fools who've decided that they're going to be teachers. So I'm going to be looking after them. I'm going to be looking after our NQTs, so those teachers in their first year of teaching. And I'm also going to be looking after or overseeing all of the NQTs for our county, which is Carmarthenshire. So I'm really excited about that. The interview went well, but all the interviewers said that I did really well. I felt like it was a FlossTube with too many tabs open, but no, they said it all went really well. So super excited about that. It's something that I've loved doing for a long time, being involved in teacher training, and it's what my master's degree is about as well, so nice to be able to use that. So I've got some stitching to show you, I've got a few purchases to show you, although I have reined things in a little bit from last week. I've got a freebie and just some other bits and bobs, a little bit more back to normality this week, shall we say. So we're going to make a start. But before I do that, I've got a couple of things I need to tell you. How many people got their Patchwork Rabbit advent calendars? So they went live on the 1st of July, and I know they had a huge number of people wanting those advent calendars. But I did get a little message to say that they've just got a very few numbers left. So if you still want one, there is still ones available. And I was looking on the website today, and you've got the option either of paying for the whole thing now if you want to do that, or you can split it over 4 payments. So that will get you that fabulous advent calendar that they did last year. I'm sure it's going to be even bigger and better than it was last year. So yeah, if you would like that, then go on to the Patchwork Rabbit and have a look. Susanna Eccles, where is she? I got the original. I really must put her back in her frame. I need to clean her up a little bit first, but she needs to go back in her frame. This is now available in hard copy in the Southern Hemisphere. A Stitch in Time in Hobart, you're able to purchase that from them as well. So I will add them to my list of shops in the drop down box below, along with the Attic and Patchwork Rabbit is where you can buy them in the USA and the UK respectively if you'd like a hard copy. If you would like the PDF version, then obviously you can grab it from my website. No, I haven't got a website. Okay, see, I borrow somebody else's website. Is that the two things? That's the two things. Right, while I'm correcting myself and doing public service announcements, I showed you this stitch last week, which is that one, and the name of it has escaped me. I want to call it the EF sampler, but it's not. It's the something spot sampler. I'll put the name of it across the bottom. This is going well already. And I couldn't remember the name of the fabric, and Karen Kirk very kindly put it down in the comments for me. So this is Flannel Flower by Fox and Rabbit, and she told me it's now part of their standard range. So if you want to order this, you can. And I know where I got the name Buttercream from is because I remember when I first got it and I was trying to describe the colour, it's got that kind of buttercream, almost like a slight greeny yellow to it, and that's where I remembered how I described it, but I couldn't remember the name of it. So I haven't done any more on that, but I wanted to make sure that I got the name of the fabric right. I've done a little bit more on this. Now this is the mystery sampler from Teresa Kogut, and I had a few people asking me where they could get this from. The only place you can get this currently in the stitch along format is if you're part of Teresa Kogut's Patreon. And I don't know what level it's open to, because I have level 4, so I just get everything because it's great. But you'd have to just check on the website as to see what level, if you particularly wanted to stitch this sampler, what level you would need to be. So I've done a bit more. There should be some grass down here and a few more sheep, and my little path is the wrong colour because I made the same mistake again. I don't remember if you know if you remember me telling you, but in Cherry Jubilee, the Teresa Kogut Cherry Jubilee, I mixed up my I think it's 611, 612, 613, that brand of colours, and I did the same thing again on this one, hence why my path is very pale, but it's going to have grass either side of it, so you'll still see it. It's just you can't see it at the moment. It's going to be an illusion path until I've stitched the grass. Now the other thing I've worked quite a lot on this week, oh I have got it, there we go, look, here we go, ES Spot Motif Sampler. Thank you to everybody who was shouting at me for that one. By Of Female Worth, available in PDF format from 1884 Stitchery. There we go. Now the other one that I have stitched quite a bit on this week is this one. Okay. Excuse my crumpled version. This is called Happy Halloween number 2, and it's by Owl Stitching House on Etsy. And I'm stitching mine on 36 count using sulky threads and Fox and Rabbit, another piece that came from their, not the Patreon, the Fabric Club. And it was from the coloured version, and this is on Blueberry. So there it is so far. I've put quite a lot of the black in, and I'm just starting with the white. Now it's quite good, although it looks dark on this fabric. Most of the motifs have some kind of lighter spot to them, so even though you can't see the detail necessarily on the camera, you can in person. But I don't think I'm going to do all the letters. All the letters say Happy Halloween. And I think, because this is such a lovely fabric, I think I'd rather see more of the fabric. So I'm planning at the moment on leaving out the lettering. Or maybe gathering it all together. I'm actually putting Happy Halloween at the bottom. I don't know. My thought at the moment is just to ditch it all together. And the last thing that I've been working on, I've had a pretty good go at. So I couldn't wait to start my Santa portraits. Now let's come over this side. These are from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's November, December 2011. Now, you might be able to find the magazine, but there is a CD-ROM. Just Cross Stitch do CD-ROMs of lots and lots of their magazines. So they do basically a Christmas collection, they do a Halloween collection, they do a set number of years, the earlier ones, they do a block of years. This one, the CD-ROM that you need is the one that goes from 2011 to 2015, and I'll put a picture of it up here. And that's got all of the magazines, all of the normal magazines for that particular year, so I don't think it includes the special editions. But this, as I said, is in the normal November-December magazine. It wasn't in the special edition. And this is the one that I said that I was going to stitch and put into this frame. Whoops. So it's just like a window. Now, I've started one of the Santas and I've got on quite well with him. And I've actually ordered another frame. I've ordered the white one. because I've put the colour of the fabric and the colour of the frame together, and I think it would look nicer in the white frame. So I've ordered the white frame, and then when it comes I will just package that one back up and send that one back. It's Amazon, so it's all good. So I started on this one at the top here with the little car. It just reminded me of my dad's little car. So my dad had an Austin 7 Ruby that he was doing up, that he was fixing up before he got diagnosed with cancer, and it was blue. It didn't have a yellow roof, but it was blue. And then actually after he was diagnosed, he bought himself an Austin 7 Nippy, which is a slightly rarer 2-seater, no top to it car from 1937, and I've still got that in the garage, so I'll put a picture up of her. Actually, she's lovely. So yeah, I started the one with the little car, and I'm going great guns, I think. So I haven't done any of the back stitching yet, but that beard looks a bit weird, doesn't it, with the straight line across? But I'm just loving it. It takes a little while for it to start to come together, but I've probably only got 3 days into this, really. Although one of them was yesterday when I got home from school. So yesterday for me was Friday, as I filmed this on Saturday night, and I was just so zonked out. I came home, I plonked my backside on the sofa, and I stitched, and I stayed there. We had year 5s in on Friday, and oh my goodness me, oh my goodness me, lovely, but it was like herding cats. So that's where I am with him. Now I've not done any of the back stitch, and he does look a little bit weird without any eyes at the moment, but I really want to do one of those pictures, so take a picture of it without any back stitching and then put the back stitching in, and so you can see just what back stitching does. But the shading on him is lovely, so he's wearing sort of like a darker, almost like a waistcoat, and then he's got a striped shirt underneath. So that's him. I can't wait to finish him. I think if I do one a month, then I'll have it ready for Christmas. But it was very addictive stitching him, and I've been down this whole one a month road before. It doesn't always happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, freebie. I have found this great freebie from the Sub Rosa. Now the picture is several things taken together, and I can only find the heart as a freebie. I'm not entirely sure where the other 2 bits that are shown there come from. If I find it, I'll post it. If anybody else knows where it comes from, then let me know. But the heart, I'll hold it right back here. The heart has got kind of like a patriotic feeling to it. So I know we've missed the 4th of July, but I know people want to prepare for next year, and they also keep their patriotic up a lot through the summer. So I will put the link down for that one. It's on the blog spot, and it's a brilliant design. It's a brilliant design. I think you can play with the colours. The colours shown are quite muted, more of a pink than a red, and sort of like a more muted blue than a bright blue. But if you wanted to change it, then you could just change it. And I think if you didn't want it patriotic at all, you could change all the colours and it would still make a really, really nice little heart. Just get rid of the date and the little bit of text there, and you could just have it as a normal little stitch. Okay, haul and some stitchy kindness. Let me find, sorry, I took everything out of my FlossTube bag, which is now this. So this came from Northumberland Sampler House. She's got several of these really lovely, nice, strong bags. I shall definitely be taking this with me to the Great Sampler Weekend in like over a year's time. But I'm already packed, basically. There it is. So this, I saw this stitched on Instagram by a lady called, and I've looked up her name and I've now forgotten it. It's Tommy Jane. I think it's Tommy Jane Stitches, but I'll put the Instagram account along the bottom in case I've made a mistake. Anyway, Tommy Jane, and she had stitched this sampler, and it was just stopped me absolutely in my tracks. And I commented on how much I loved it, and she sent the sampler chart to me. Now I'm going to put a picture of hers up there. She's made some additions to it where she's brought the border round a little bit and taken out the alphabet and some of the stars and the moon, which I really, really like. But I really like the stars and the moon as well, so I'm totally torn now about what to do. So this is what she sent me. So this is called Starry Night Sampler by the City Stitcher. It says Eleanor York in the middle there. Absolutely stunning. I just love this. I hadn't seen it before at all when she showed it to me. Or showed it to me. Instagram is my personal shopping portal, or my personal inspiration portal. When she showed it on Instagram, I'd never seen it before. But it's incredible. Incredible. Now, it is, how big is it? 156 by 194, and it's got stitched in DMC, or charted in DMC. So there's that. So I'm so grateful to you for that, and we've made a little deal, and I'm going to send her one of my PDFs back as well in return to say thank you very much, because that was so kind of her to send it all the way across the pond. So thank you very much for that. I keep looking over here because I've got again, the tabs are down, but it's still a bit of a mess on the bed. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought these from eBay. Just a little set of circular shaker boxes. So currently there's the bigger one, the smaller one, and there's an even smaller one in the middle there. And I bought them to put stitching on top of, or on the underside of the lid, and leave it sort of sitting up like that. So they were just, it's not a shop on eBay or anything, it's just somebody was selling them. So I grabbed those, and I also grabbed these two really cute little frames. Now, from the make of them, I think it's somebody like a framer that's had a little bit of moulding left over and has made a couple of little frames, but I thought these were really, really nicely done. No glass, which is absolutely fine. That's a slightly different one. Nice thick frames. And I thought either, you know, independently for a little design, or to take part of a sampler, take a little house out of a sampler, or take a little design. So I don't know if you can see there, not quite on that size fabric, but you could take just a little bit of a sampler and make a couple of little frames. And it doesn't have to always be the big thing. So I was very pleased with those, to the point where I'm actually going to see who I bought them from and see if he's got any more, because they're really nice little frames. And then the other thing, two other things. My barn owl came in from Pigside Needleworks with the DMC. I've already got all the fancy floss. Now, if I want to start stitching the barn owl, I've got to start stitching the eagle in the middle, because I've got a little bit behind with this one. So I've got the bear, which is the first one on the summer fabric, which is the greeny one. I've started the bear. I haven't done anything of the eagle, and so I can't put the owl on next. So what I might do is just wait until the autumn ones come up, start them, and then go back and backfill. And then the last thing I picked up were two more things from Teresa Kogut via the Patreon. Every month she does an ornament. Now the ornament's not included in the price for the Patreon, but it's super, super cheap. And you can get them if you want to. So she's now doing Christmas ones. I think she started Christmas in maybe June. And she's doing, I think she was going to do 6 Christmas and 6 non-Christmas ones. So I picked up this one from June, which is just Merry and Bright, which I really liked. And I also picked up Mr. Claus from July, which I love as well. So there we are. And that is it for me this week. I hope you have a really, really lovely stitchy week. I may be back with a little bit of a surprise next week. I'm waiting on something to arrive, which you might be interested in, but I'll say no more, just in case it doesn't arrive. But I will catch you next week. Stay classy, Stitchers.